Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is one of the most uplifting and encouraging omens in the suit. This can mean that your financial worries are over for a while, and that things in general will be going better than you thought possible. Enjoy this good energy, and share your wealth and happiness with others. General, the Nine of Pentacles points to happiness and success. This is on both the mundane and the inner realms. You will have a great deal to be proud of and hopeful about. Expect the best to happen. You will be in the position to help those less fortunate than yourself. Pay attention not only to your material abundance but also to your spirituality. Work. If you're looking for a position, the Nine of Pentacles could well point to a better job coming your way than you would have thought possible. Even if you are currently employed, expect a change for the better, both in terms of your circumstances and your pay. You'll have a lot to be grateful for. Love. The Nine of Pentacles is an excellent omen with regard to love, also. If you're currently committed, you can expect the relationship to raise to new heights of intimacy and joy. If you're unattached and looking, this card tells you that someone new who has what it takes to be a new, meaningful, deep love, could be headed your way very soon. Smile. The world loves a lover. Finances. When evaluating your finances, you must also look at your riches in other ways. Are you healthy, with a good family life? This too counts among the things that you must put in your books. On a more mundane level, your financial cycle is likely to improve, perhaps beyond your wildest dreams. Work hard. You will be rewarded. Share what you have. This too is key. Health. The Nine of Pentacles is a very encouraging card with regard to health. You should be feeling full of vitality, and hopeful and optimistic about the future. If you're waiting on test results, they will likely come back in your favor. Think about your usual mode of thought. Remember that thoughts are things, and will affect your health. Be as positive as you can. Spirituality. When this card appears, you are likely to be feeling a great deal of spiritual peace and happiness. Your self-esteem is possibly higher than it has ever been, which is a very good thing. You are in the position now to mentor others and to share the spiritual insights that you have accumulated. Spread the word, share your happiness. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as tarot and the French tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and 2 male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gabellin and the Comte de Mellet in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, Pentacles and Wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909. Not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.